Once upon a time, in a small village of India, there lived a young boy named Virat. Virat was facing the fear of darkness. He was terribly afraid of the darkness. Every night when Virat went to his room, due to darkness around, his heart would race, and he felt very scared. One day Virat's grandfather, who was an old wise man, he had spent many years in study, Zen philosophy. He noticed that Virat is facing the problem of afraid of darkness. As Virat's grandfather had learned the ways of thinking, which help people to find peace in their life, and he decided to teach Virat how Zen philosophy may help him to overcome his problem of fear. Then grandfather told a story of Zen master and his student to Virat. The grandfather said, "Long times ago, my son, there was a Zen master who lived in a quiet temple on a mountain. One evening his student came to him and said, 'Sir, please help me. I am so afraid of the darkness. Every night I feel there is a monster hiding in the shadow behind me.' Listening to this, the Zen master smiled and said, 'Come with me, my young boy.' Then he led the student to a small dark room in the temple. The student hesitated to enter in dark room, but the master encouraged him to enter inside the room. Then the master lit a candle in the dark room. Tiny flame of candle pushed away the darkness and spread a soft warm glow around the room. Then the master said to the boy, 'Do you see how a small light can chase away the darkness?' The student nodded in yes. The master explained to his student that fear seems big and scary and are just like the darkness, which we could overcome with just a small light. The small light required to overcome the fear could be found by focus on the breathing and stay in present moment. Then your fear will lose its power." The student started to practice this every night. He would sit quietly, take deep breaths, and focus on present moment. Slowly his fear of the darkness began to fade away. He realized that the monster were only his imagination, and that darkness was just another part of life. Then the grandfather finished the story and said, "You see, Virat, the dark is not something to afraid of. It is just another part of world. You can find your inner light to chase your fear by being mindful and staying in present." Virat thought about the story and decided to try this same practice. That night when the darkness came, he sat quietly in his room. He took deep breaths and focused on the present moment. Just like the Zen master's student, Virat felt his fear begin to melt away. The dark was still there, but it no longer seemed so scared. Virat realized he could be brave, even in the darkest of nights from that day on. Whenever Virat felt afraid, he remembered his grandfather's story and the lessons of Zen philosophy. He learned that by mindfulness and presence, he could overcome any fear. And the lessons of Zen philosophy. He learned that by mindfulness and presence, he could overcome any fear. And so Virat grew up to be brave and wise young man, always carrying the light. of Zen within him and ready to face darkness that came his way.
Like, comment, and subscribe.